How were 1950s illustration styles typically created? Imagine flipping through a magazine from the 1950s and being greeted by vibrant images that seem to jump off the page. That's the magic of how illustrations of that era were made. Artists of the time combined traditional skills with new techniques to craft images that felt warm, lively, and full of optimism. They mostly worked by hand, using brushes, pens, and paints to bring their ideas to life. Watercolor was a favorite because it created soft, gentle effects perfect for fashion and lifestyle scenes. Tempera paints, known for their bright colors and matte finish, were often used on magazine covers and advertisements to make images pop. Ink was a go-to for line drawings and detailed graphic work, often layered with washes to add depth and texture. The process usually started with a sketch, often done in pencil or ink, to map out the scene or subject. Artists then built up layers of color, paying close attention to how light and shadow played across the image. Many used airbrushing to create smooth gradients and soft edges, giving illustrations a polished look. The lines were often slightly imperfect, which added a human touch and made the artwork feel more personal. Bright colors like blues, pinks, yellows, and greens were common, reflecting the era's love of progress and modernity. These colors were applied in flat, bold areas or blended for a more painterly style, depending on what the illustration needed. Some artists played with perspective, making scenes look realistic with detailed backgrounds, while others favored stylized shapes and simplified forms to catch the eye quickly. This mix of styles gave the 1950s illustrations their unique charm. In magazines like the Saturday Evening Post or Cosmopolitan, illustrations often depicted idealized scenes of family life, romance, and leisure. They weren't just pretty pictures but visual stories that helped shape the culture and dreams of the time. The techniques used back then continue to inspire artists today. Whether working with digital tools to recreate that vintage look or sticking to traditional media, the essence of 1950s illustration remains in the clean lines, bold colors, and cheerful vibe that still feels fresh and inviting.